If you're watching this right now, it's not by accident. The fact that you're here listening to these words speaks volumes about where you are on your journey. Recently, you've made choices, big or small, that have shifted your energy and your focus. Those choices are signaling something extraordinary, something beyond the ordinary. You've been called to something greater, something that aligns with your true self. This isn't just about the changes you're seeing in your life. It's about your awakening, your evolution. What you are experiencing is the beginning of a transformation so profound, it's setting the course for the rest of your life. In the past, you may have lived within the confines of fear, expectation, and limitations set by others or by society, but now things are different. You are starting to break free from these old patterns and stepping into a space where possibilities are limitless. The energy around you is shifting, and you are moving in alignment with something bigger than yourself. This isn't about feeding your ego or trying to prove something to the world. It's about something far more powerful, your consciousness. You are awakening to a higher level of awareness that is now shaping every part of your life. Your recent actions, how you've navigated challenges, the choices you've made, even how you've handled adversity, are all signs that you are no longer following the same old paths. You're not living out of fear anymore. Instead, you are beginning to live from a place of purpose, clarity, and alignment. You've made the choice to connect with your higher self, and with that connection comes an undeniable flow of divine energy that guides you forward. It's like everything you do now feels more synchronized, as if the universe is aligning with you, guiding you to exactly where you need to be. This is not just a shift, it's a spiritual awakening. Now, before we dive deeper into understanding what all of this means, take a moment to reflect. This journey isn't something to rush through. It's meant to be fully experienced. Pause for a moment. Close your eyes if you need to, and allow your mind to center. Take a deep breath. Let go of any distractions and focus on the here and now. When you're ready, go ahead and like this video. By doing so, you're actively participating in the flow of energy, setting an intention to stay present and aligned with the message that is about to unfold. While you're at it, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment with the number 11. This small act is not just about engaging with the content. It's a way to train your mind to focus, to tune in to what matters, and to intentionally create the alignment that's needed for your continued growth. As you continue with this video, you'll begin to understand that this awakening is not something distant or abstract. It is happening within you right now. The steps you're taking, the awareness you're cultivating, and the actions you're aligning with are all leading you to a higher version of yourself. Your journey ahead will reveal how your actions reflect divine alignment, showing you that the limits you once thought you had are nothing more than illusions. You are not just a human being living out a predetermined story. You are divine, you are powerful, and you are being called to rise above the ordinary limitations. So stay with me as we explore how to embody this transformation fully. Let's dive deeper into how your recent choices have positioned you to awaken and align with your highest potential, because the path you're walking right now will lead you to a life of purpose, clarity, and infinite possibilities. When you begin to step outside the confines of what you've always known, something powerful begins to shift. You're no longer tethered to the limits of fear, the expectations of others, or the stifling patterns that have dictated your life for so long. In the process of breaking free, you are not just reshaping your thoughts or your actions, but fundamentally altering your energy. The power of breaking free from these ordinary patterns is the key to unlocking the life that has always been waiting for you, a life of freedom, purpose, and alignment. Think about where you are right now in this very moment. It's no coincidence that you're reading this. You've started to break free. You've made the decision, whether consciously or not, to release the weight of external pressures and internal limitations that have kept you stuck. You've broken the chains that once held you back. You've shed old fears, outdated expectations, and habitual behaviors that no longer serve you. And in doing so, you've created space for something new, something more aligned with your true self to emerge. This shift is happening energetically. It's not just about making different choices in your day-to-day life. It's about how those choices are affecting your entire being. The energy you're putting out is no longer tied to fear or self-doubt. It's rooted in the belief that you are capable of creating the life you desire. When you break free from the limits that fear once imposed, you begin to tap into a new level of power. And this power isn't about force or domination. It's the kind of power that comes from alignment with your higher self, with your true purpose. You've felt the shift. You've noticed how things are starting to flow more smoothly, almost effortlessly. Opportunities seem to appear at just the right time. Your relationships are evolving, and the way you interact with the world around you feels more intentional, more authentic. This is not coincidence. This is the natural result of breaking free from those ordinary patterns and aligning with your higher self. You are moving into a space where the energy you put out into the world is in sync with your deepest desires and purpose. This shift isn't always easy. It requires courage, faith, and trust in the process. As you break free from old patterns, you will inevitably encounter resistance both from within yourself and from the world around you. You'll have moments of doubt, moments when the pull of the old patterns feels stronger than ever. But that's when you must remind yourself of the power you've already unlocked. The resistance is simply a reflection of how far you've come, how much you've grown. You're being tested, but this test is just another sign that you are on the right path. You are moving forward, and nothing can stop you now. The next phase of this transformation is awareness. As you continue to break free from the constraints of your old patterns, your awareness will expand. Your mind, body, and spirit are coming into alignment. And when this alignment occurs, you begin to experience extraordinary outcomes in ways that you never thought possible. This isn't just about feeling good or being positive. It's about the powerful synergy that occurs when all parts of you are working together in harmony. Your mind begins to think more clearly, seeing opportunities and solutions where there were once only obstacles. The old fears and limiting beliefs that once clouded your thinking start to dissipate, leaving space for new ideas and new possibilities. You begin to see life through a new lens, one that's focused on abundance, potential, and growth. And as your mind aligns with this new perspective, your actions naturally follow suit. You take more inspired action. You make decisions that are in alignment with your true desires, not what others expect from you or what society has conditioned you to believe. At the same time, your body begins to reflect this shift. As your mind aligns with a higher consciousness, your physical being responds accordingly. You start to feel more energized, more vibrant. Your posture becomes more open, more confident. Your energy flows more freely, and your physical movements feel more deliberate, more purposeful. It's as if your body is catching up with the transformation happening in your mind and spirit. The energy that you now carry is magnetic, drawing to you the things, people, and opportunities that are in alignment with your higher purpose. Spiritually, the shift is profound. Your spirit is no longer bound by the limitations of your past. It is expanding, reaching new heights. You begin to feel a deep sense of connection to the universe, to something greater than yourself. You are no longer just reacting to life. You are actively creating it. Your connection to your higher self strengthens, and you begin to feel the presence of divine guidance in everything you do. Your actions become more purposeful, more intentional, because you are now acting in alignment with the wisdom that resides within you. As you continue on this journey, the alignment between your mind, body, and spirit creates extraordinary outcomes. You'll begin to notice synchronicities, moments where the universe seems to align perfectly with your desires. Things that once felt out of reach begin to fall into place. The work you do is infused with greater meaning, and you start to see the impact you're having on others and the world around you. But this is only the beginning. As you continue to live in alignment with your true self, the possibilities are endless. And this leads us to the importance of recognizing this alignment as a natural result of conscious living. It's not something that you have to force or strive for. It's a natural outcome of living consciously and intentionally. When you align your mind, body, and spirit, everything else falls into place. It's like setting the gears of a clock into motion. Once they're aligned, everything runs smoothly. The key is awareness. The more you are aware of the energy you are putting out into the world, the more you can align it with your higher purpose. Living consciously means being aware of your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. It means recognizing when you're slipping back into old patterns and choosing instead to act from a place of alignment. It means recognizing that your energy is a powerful force, and that by intentionally directing it, you can create the life you desire. This is what it means to live in alignment with your highest self. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness, intention, and action. Recognizing this alignment is the key to unlocking extraordinary outcomes in every area of your life. When you begin to see life as a reflection of your internal state, everything shifts. You understand that your actions, no matter how small, are having an impact. You realize that you are the creator of your own reality, and that by aligning your energy with your highest purpose, you can manifest the life you've always dreamed of. This is the power of living consciously. As you continue to break free from the ordinary patterns that once held you back, know that this journey is just the beginning. The more you align with your true self, the more extraordinary your life will become. You are not just living, you are creating. You are not just existing, you are thriving. And as you continue on this path, you will see just how limitless your potential truly is. This is your time to rise. This is your time to live with purpose, with clarity, and with power. And it all begins with aligning your mind, body, and spirit to your highest purpose. Spiritual awakening is often misunderstood as merely personal growth, but it is so much more than that. Awakening is a transformative force, a powerful living energy that reshapes not only our personal experiences, but also the way we engage with the world. It's not just about gaining knowledge or reaching a state of enlightenment. Awakening is a profound shift in how we perceive ourselves, others, and the world around us. It's the moment when you stop seeing life as something that happens to you and start understanding it as something you are actively creating moment by moment. This shift doesn't just affect your thoughts or emotions. It reaches deep into your spirit. It's an ongoing process, a never-ending unfolding that takes you beyond the constraints of your old identity and reveals to you a deeper, more expansive version of yourself. You start to see life through a lens of possibility, not limitation. Where you once saw obstacles, you now see opportunities for growth. Where there was confusion, there is now clarity. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but as you continue to walk this path, you'll begin to notice that your life starts to reflect the transformation happening within you. Spiritual awakening is not just a personal experience. It is a force that affects every part of your life. It changes how you interact with people, how you approach challenges, and how you move through the world. As you awaken, you begin to feel the pull of a greater purpose. You begin to understand that your life is not just about you. It's about what you can contribute to the world. The more you awaken, the more you realize that the real meaning of life lies in how you use your energy, your presence, and your actions to influence others and make a positive impact on the world around you. Awakening is not a passive experience. It is an active process of transformation that ripples out and affects everyone you encounter. It is the realization that every thought, every word, and every action carries weight and meaning. As your awareness expands, so does your sense of responsibility. You begin to recognize the power you have to influence the world and the people around you, not through force or control, but through alignment with your highest self. Now the question arises, how do you embody this wisdom? Spiritual awakening isn't just about accumulating knowledge. It's about the embodiment of wisdom, living the truths you've come to understand. While books can teach us many things, they cannot provide the depth of understanding that comes from direct experience. Wisdom is not something you simply learn, it's something you live. It's visible in the way you move through life, in the way you carry yourself, in the way you interact with others. The embodiment of wisdom is a natural outcome of awakening. As you align with your higher self, the wisdom you gain becomes evident in everything you do. It shows up in your choices, in your reactions to challenges, and in the way you approach relationships. You no longer need to think about what the right thing to do is, you simply know. You act with clarity, confidence, and purpose, because your actions are no longer driven by fear, doubt, or external expectations. Instead, they are guided by your inner wisdom, which is a direct reflection of your spiritual awakening. The wisdom of awakening isn't theoretical or abstract. It is practical. It is something that is lived and experienced every single day. When you are truly aligned with your higher self, your actions speak louder than any words ever could. You no longer need to prove yourself or seek validation because you are at peace with who you are and the path you are walking. Your energy becomes your message, and it resonates deeply with others. The embodiment of wisdom is visible not in your intellect, but in your presence, the calm, centered, and grounded energy you radiate. This kind of wisdom is transformative not only for you, but for those around you. As you embody this wisdom, you become a beacon of light for others who are also on their journey of awakening. You inspire them to seek their own higher paths, creating a ripple effect that spreads far beyond your immediate circle. When people encounter someone who is truly awakened, someone who lives with authenticity, integrity, and purpose, they can't help but feel drawn to that energy. They feel the invitation to step into their own potential, to rise above the ordinary, and begin walking their own path of spiritual growth. This ripple effect is one of the most powerful aspects of awakening. As you awaken, you not only transform your own life, but you begin to inspire others to awaken as well. Your presence, your energy, your actions, these all serve as a living demonstration of what is possible when you align with your true self. You become a walking testament to the power of spiritual awakening. And in doing so, you inspire others to embark on their own journeys of transformation. The beauty of this process is that it is not about force. You are not pushing others to awaken. You are simply living as an example. The energy you embody speaks for itself, and those who are ready for their own awakening will be drawn to you, even if they don't fully understand why. Your light shines so brightly that others can't help but be pulled toward it. This is the power of awakening. It is not just about personal growth. It is about creating a collective awakening that transcends individual experiences and creates a ripple of transformation that touches everyone. As you continue on your journey of awakening, it's important to remember that the impact you have on others is just as important as the growth you experience within yourself. The two are intertwined. As you grow spiritually, you will naturally begin to impact others in profound ways. Your journey is not just about you. It is about creating a world where more and more people are awakening to their own divine potential, living with purpose, and making a difference in the world. So as you continue to embody the wisdom of your awakening, remember that you are not alone. You are part of a larger collective that is moving toward higher consciousness and spiritual growth. And every time you choose to live in alignment with your highest self, you are contributing to this collective awakening, creating a world where more and more people are waking up to their own divine potential. Your spiritual awakening is a living demonstration of what's possible when we break free from the limitations of fear and step into the power of our true selves. It is a beacon of hope, a sign that transformation is not only possible, but inevitable for those who choose to walk this path. As you continue to live in alignment with your higher purpose, you will inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect that leads to the transformation of the world itself. This is the power of awakening. It is not just a personal journey. It is a journey of collective evolution. And as you continue to walk this path, you will see just how far your impact can reach. As you deepen in your spiritual awakening, an inevitable shift takes place, not only within yourself, but in how you relate to the world around you. With increased awareness comes an expanded understanding that your actions, thoughts, and energy no longer solely affect you. They ripple outward, influencing the lives of others and the environment you inhabit in ways that are far beyond what you might have realized before. Your sense of responsibility begins to grow, and with it comes a profound realization. You are a powerful force in the world, and the way you live, the choices you make, and the energy you project all carry weight. Awakening is not just about personal growth. It's about seeing the interconnectedness of all things. As your awareness expands, you begin to understand the true impact of your energy. No longer is your life about mere survival, reacting to the day's events and expectations. Instead, you start to realize that your thoughts, words, and actions are part of a greater web of existence. They affect not only your immediate surroundings, but also the people you encounter, the situations you find yourself in, and the collective consciousness that shapes the world. This understanding is humbling because it shows you that everything you do matters. Every action, no matter how small, has an effect on the world. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect or perform grand gestures to make a difference. It means recognizing that the energy you put out into the world has a far-reaching influence. A single kind word, a simple act of generosity, a moment of patience, these seemingly small choices can ripple out and inspire change both in yourself and in others. Your awakening makes you more aware of this, and in doing so, it calls you to take greater responsibility for the energy you bring into the world. This new perspective shifts how you view your role in the world. No longer do you see yourself as separate or isolated, but as a contributing part of the collective human experience. As you awaken to your true self, you begin to understand that your life is a part of a much bigger picture. You are a unique thread in the fabric of existence, and the way you choose to live shapes the overall design. This awareness naturally leads to a sense of responsibility, not just to yourself, but to others and to the world around you. The responsibility of awakening is about knowing that your energy is potent. You begin to realize that you cannot continue to live in a way that is disconnected from the world around you. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions have far-reaching consequences. The more aware you become of this power, the more you feel called to use it in a way that serves the greater good. And this is where purposeful contribution comes in. Purposeful contribution is the next step in your spiritual evolution. As you awaken, you come to understand that your life is not just for you, it is for others. The energy you radiate, the actions you take, and the way you choose to show up in the world all contribute to the collective consciousness. It is no longer enough to live for personal success or pleasure. Your awakening brings with it the responsibility to live intentionally with the understanding that your contribution to society is part of a much larger plan. Purposeful contribution is not about force. It's not about imposing your will on others or trying to control the direction of events. True contribution is about acting with clarity, intentionality, and alignment with your higher purpose. It is about showing up in the world as your true self, with authenticity and compassion. It's about using your energy to create positive change, not through coercion or manipulation, but by embodying the qualities that inspire others to rise to their own potential. Living with purpose means making conscious decisions rooted in your highest values that contribute to the greater good. It means recognizing that you have a unique role to play in the grand scheme of life and stepping into that role with courage and humility. Whether it's in your career, your relationships, or your daily interactions, purposeful contribution means acting with intention, guided by your highest self. Every act of kindness, every effort to create harmony, every choice made from a place of love. These are the actions that shape the world. When you live with purpose, your actions take on a new kind of power. They become infused with intention. And that intention fuels the world around you. You begin to see that your work, your interactions, and your service to others are not separate from your spiritual path. They are the embodiment of it. And as you act with purpose, you inspire others to do the same. Your energy creates a ripple effect, sparking a movement of awakened beings who are all working together to create a better world. But as you continue on this path of awakening, there's one more critical element to consider living with integrity. Integrity is the cornerstone of a truly awakened life. As you become more aligned with your higher self, you begin to live with authenticity. You no longer feel the need to wear masks or pretend to be something you're not. You are at peace with who you are, and your actions reflect that inner alignment. Integrity is about being true to yourself, to your values, and to the divine wisdom that resides within you. It's about acting in ways that honor your highest truth, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. Awakening leads you to live with integrity because you can no longer tolerate the dissonance that comes from living out of alignment with your true self. When you live in integrity, your thoughts, your words, and your actions all match up. There is no separation between who you are and how you show up in the world. You are fully authentic, and that authenticity is magnetic. Living with integrity naturally attracts influence. When you are authentic and aligned with your truth, you become a source of inspiration and empowerment for others. People are drawn to your energy because it's real, it's grounded in something deeper than surface-level appearances or fleeting trends. You don't have to try to gain influence or control others. When you live with integrity, influence comes naturally because people recognize the authenticity in you. They see the alignment between your words and actions, and they are inspired to live with the same authenticity. This is the true power of awakening. It's not about becoming someone else or living up to external expectations. It's about becoming fully and completely yourself, living with authenticity, integrity, and purpose. When you live from this place of alignment, your energy speaks for itself. You become a force for good in the world, and your presence has the power to inspire and uplift those around you. The responsibility of awakening is not just about individual growth. It's about the impact you have on the collective. As you continue to grow and evolve, you begin to understand that your actions, whether big or small, shape the world. You are part of a larger movement, a spiritual awakening that is sweeping across the globe. And as you live with integrity, contribute with purpose, and increase your awareness, you become a living example of what is possible when we align with our true selves. You inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect that will continue to transform the world for generations to come. So as you walk this path of awakening, remember that your responsibility is great, but so is your power. You are not just awakening for yourself, you are awakening for the world. And in doing so, you become a living demonstration of what happens when we live with awareness, intention, and integrity. You are part of a greater movement, and your actions will ripple out to create a world that reflects the highest potential of all. When mind, body, and spirit come into alignment, an extraordinary transformation begins to take place. This alignment is not just about balance. It's about the integration of all aspects of who you are into a harmonious whole. The more you align your thoughts, emotions, and physical energy, the more you begin to live from a place of clarity and purpose. The shift that occurs when all parts of you are in harmony is nothing short of profound. You start to experience life in a way that feels effortless, as if you are finally in sync with your true essence. The weight of stress, confusion, and internal conflict begins to lift, and a sense of peace starts to fill the spaces within you that were once empty or chaotic. At first, this alignment may feel subtle. You might not notice huge dramatic changes right away, but slowly, the transformation begins to reveal itself in every part of your being. Your mind becomes clearer, more focused. You begin to see the world through a lens of possibility rather than limitation. Your body, once weighed down by tension or fatigue, starts to feel lighter, more energized. And spiritually, you begin to feel more connected to your higher self, to a source of wisdom and peace that you may not have even realized was available to you. As your mind, body, and spirit come into harmony, a deep sense of calm and confidence washes over you. You begin to feel that everything you need is already within you. There is no need for external validation, no need for things outside yourself to prove your worth. You are enough just as you are. This alignment is a transformative force, one that affects not just you, but everyone you encounter. It's a ripple effect that radiates out from your being, touching the lives of those around you in ways you might not even be aware of. And the most beautiful part of this alignment is that it's not something you need to force or chase after it happens naturally when you begin to live with intention, purpose, and awareness. When your energy is in sync with who you truly are, the flow of life becomes more fluid, and you start to attract the experiences, people, and opportunities that are in alignment with your highest good. This doesn't mean that challenges will disappear or that you'll be immune to hardships. Life will still present you with difficulties. But when you are aligned with your true self, those challenges no longer have the same power over you. You begin to meet obstacles with grace, strength, and clarity. You respond to difficulties not from a place of fear or reaction, but from a place of presence and wisdom. You become less swayed by external circumstances and more rooted in your inner truth. You begin to understand that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, a chance to deepen your connection with yourself and with the universe. The transformation that happens when mind, body, and spirit work in harmony isn't just about personal peace. It has a profound impact on everything around you. Small actions with great impact become a natural result of this alignment. Once you are grounded in your true self, you start to realize that even the smallest actions carry extraordinary meaning. The way you speak, the way you walk, the way you interact with others, all of these seemingly simple things become acts of profound purpose. A smile shared with a stranger, a kind word spoken to a friend, or even the way you care for your own body, they all carry the energy of your inner alignment. This is where the power of small actions lies. It's easy to believe that only big, dramatic gestures matter in life. But when you are aligned with your higher self, you begin to understand that even the smallest acts, when done with intention and awareness, have the power to create change. Your energy is what infuses these actions with meaning. When you make a decision from a place of presence and alignment, that decision ripples outward, influencing the world in ways you can't always see, but can certainly feel. These small actions, when practiced consistently, begin to shift the energy around you, creating an environment of peace, love, and abundance. Think about it. When you choose to be present in a conversation, when you listen deeply, instead of waiting for your turn to speak, that small act creates a ripple of connection. When you choose to show kindness to someone, even when it's not easy, that small act can brighten their day and shift their perspective. When you choose to care for your body by eating nourishing foods, by moving with intention, by resting when you need to, that small act contributes to the overall alignment of your body, mind, and spirit. These small actions compound over time, creating a life that feels more connected, more purposeful, and more fulfilling. As you continue on this journey of alignment, you'll begin to see that your inner growth is reflected externally in powerful ways. As you align your thoughts, actions, and energy, you start to experience more harmonious relationships and a peaceful life. It's as if the external world begins to mirror the inner state you've cultivated. You may notice that the people around you become more supportive and understanding. You may find that conflicts resolve more easily, or that you experience fewer misunderstandings with others. When you are aligned with your higher self, your energy influences the energy of those around you. People are drawn to your calm, your authenticity, and your presence. They feel safe around you because your alignment creates an atmosphere of trust and peace. Your relationships begin to thrive, not because you are trying to make them work, but because you are living in alignment with your true self. You stop seeking validation from others and start showing up fully as who you are. This authenticity naturally attracts people who resonate with your energy, creating relationships that are deeper, more meaningful, and more harmonious. The energy you bring to these relationships is not one of tension or control, but of mutual respect, understanding, and love. You begin to attract those who are also on their path of alignment, creating a community of like-minded individuals who support and uplift one another. Your peaceful life becomes a natural extension of this inner growth. As you continue to embody alignment, you begin to experience life in a more harmonious way. The constant striving, the inner conflict, and the external chaos that once seemed inevitable start to fade. You begin to understand that peace is not something you need to chase after or attain. It is something that is already within you. It's a state of being, not a state of doing. When you align with your true self, peace flows through you effortlessly. You learn to let go of the need to control every situation, to fix every problem, and to constantly strive for more. You simply exist in the flow of life, trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This doesn't mean that challenges won't come, but when you live in alignment, challenges no longer disrupt your inner peace. You meet them with a sense of calm and purpose, knowing that each obstacle is an opportunity to grow and evolve. You begin to navigate life's ups and downs with a deeper sense of trust and faith, knowing that every experience is leading you toward greater alignment with your highest self. Your peace becomes unshakable because it is rooted in the understanding that everything is connected and everything is unfolding as part of your greater purpose. As you continue to embody alignment in every aspect of your life, you begin to see the world around you shift. Your relationships deepen, your actions become more impactful, and your sense of peace grows stronger. The more you align with your true self, the more you experience the beauty of life's flow. Your life becomes a living demonstration of what it means to live with purpose, clarity, and harmony. And the best part, as you continue to embody this alignment, you inspire others to do the same. Your life becomes a beacon of possibility, showing others that it is possible to live in alignment with their higher selves, to create a life of peace, purpose, and fulfillment. The embodiment of alignment is not just about internal peace. It's about creating a life that reflects the wisdom, love, and power that resides within you. When mind, body, and spirit are aligned, everything else falls into place. Your relationships, your career, your health, everything becomes a natural extension of the alignment you have cultivated. And as you continue on this journey, you'll see that life in all its complexity is truly a reflection of your inner world. When you are aligned with your true self, you will experience a life that is peaceful, purposeful, and profoundly fulfilling. As you walk deeper into your journey of awakening, you will inevitably encounter fear, an almost universal experience. Fear has been one of the strongest barriers to human growth, spiritual evolution, and the full expression of our potential. It is a force that not only keeps us from stepping into the life we are meant to live, but also locks us into patterns of self-doubt and limitation. Fear, in many ways, has served as a protective mechanism, shielding us from what we perceive as threats or challenges. But in the context of spiritual awakening, fear no longer serves you, it limits you. And it is only when you learn to face and conquer this fear that you can truly step into the fullness of your divine potential. Fear comes in many forms. There is the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and the fear of the unknown. But perhaps one of the most insidious forms of fear is the fear of not being enough. The fear that who you are as you are is not sufficient. Society has done an excellent job of reinforcing this fear, setting expectations of what success looks like, what happiness looks like, and how you should live your life. These external pressures make you feel as though you must fit into a mold, live up to certain standards, and meet the approval of others in order to be worthy of love and success. This fear has created a culture where people are constantly trying to measure up, constantly seeking validation from others, and constantly living in a state of comparison. We've been conditioned to believe that we must chase external markers of success, whether it's wealth status or approval from others, if we are to find happiness or fulfillment. This is where the trap lies: fear of judgment, fear of not measuring up, and fear of being misunderstood keep us stuck in a cycle of trying to please others and fit into a mold that was never ours to begin with. But this fear is not your truth. It is simply a story that has been handed down to you by society, by your upbringing, and by the world around you. It's a story that you have the power to rewrite. To step into your true power, to awaken fully, you must confront these fears head on and dismantle the illusions they create. The only thing standing between you and your highest self is the belief that fear holds power over you. Once you realize that fear is simply a shadow, an illusion of the mind, you can begin to walk through life with a new perspective, unshackled from the constraints of self-imposed limitations. To overcome fear, you must first acknowledge it. You must give yourself permission to feel fear without letting it control you. Understand that fear is a natural part of the human experience, but it does not need to dictate your actions. The key is not to eliminate fear, it's to move forward in spite of it. You have the strength within you to face these fears, not with resistance, but with awareness and courage. When you begin to see fear for what it truly is, a passing emotion, a temporary state, you realize it has no power over you unless you give it power. It no longer has the ability to paralyze you or keep you from moving toward your true potential. Once you free yourself from the grip of fear, you step into the realm of authentic living. Living authentically means embracing who you are at the deepest level, without pretense, without fear, and without trying to live up to others' expectations. When you live authentically, you let go of the need for external validation. You stop seeking approval from others and start validating yourself. This is a profound shift, a shift from living for others and according to their standards to living for yourself in alignment with your truth. Living authentically means embracing your uniqueness, your quirks, your strengths, and your flaws. It means expressing yourself freely without worrying about how others might perceive you. This doesn't mean living recklessly or without regard for others. It simply means living with integrity, being true to yourself, and making choices that reflect your core values and desires. Authenticity is about showing up in the world as you are not as the world expects you to be. It's about releasing the masks you've worn for years and allowing your true self to be seen, heard, and celebrated. When you live authentically, you start to experience a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. There is no longer a battle within you. You no longer have to suppress parts of yourself to fit in or gain approval. You become free to express who you truly are, and in doing so, you create a life that is truly your own, a life that reflects your unique essence. This authenticity naturally attracts people and experiences that resonate with your true energy. You begin to find yourself surrounded by individuals who see you for who you really are and who appreciate you for that. But living authentically is not always easy. It requires courage and determination, especially when it feels isolating or when others do not understand or support your journey. The road to spiritual awakening is rarely a smooth one. It often feels like walking a path, less traveled a path, that others may not understand or agree with. It's in these moments of isolation and misunderstanding that your courage is tested. But it is also in these moments that your strength is built. To live authentically means to trust your inner voice even when the external world seems to contradict it. It means having the courage to make choices that may not align with societal expectations, but that are in alignment with your soul's calling. You may face moments of doubt, moments when the opinions of others weigh heavily on your heart, or when the fear of being judged creeps back in. These are the moments when you must dig deep and remember why you started this journey in the first place. You started this journey to reclaim your power, to live a life that is aligned with your higher self, and to contribute to the world from a place of authenticity and love. When you remember this, the fear and doubt start to fade. You begin to find strength in your truth, and you realize that living authentically is not just a personal choice, it's a responsibility. Living authentically doesn't just benefit you, it has the power to change the world. When you are true to yourself, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage to walk your own path, to live in alignment with your truth, encourages others to step into their own authenticity. It creates a ripple effect that spreads far beyond your immediate sphere. As you live authentically, you show others that it is safe to do the same. You become a beacon of light, a living example of what is possible when you choose to live from a place of deep self-awareness and authenticity. The journey of authentic living is not always easy, but it is always worth it. It requires courage, yes, but it also requires faith. Faith in yourself, in your journey, and in the divine guidance that is leading you. It requires determination, especially when the road feels lonely, when others don't understand, or when the world seems to be telling you that you're doing it wrong. But the truth is, there is no wrong way to live authentically. The only way that feels right is the one that is aligned with your inner truth, your purpose, and your soul's deepest desires. This journey is one of personal evolution. It's a process of shedding the layers that no longer serve you. Whether they are old beliefs, outdated habits, or the masks you've worn to please others. As you peel back these layers, you begin to reveal the most authentic version of yourself. And with each layer you shed, you become freer, more aligned, and more empowered. You become more connected to your soul's purpose and to the divine energy that is guiding you forward. So as you move forward in this journey, remember that the road to authenticity is not always clear, it's not always easy, but it is always worth it. When you live authentically, you embody your truth. You become a living example of the power of spiritual awakening and the beauty of living beyond fear and societal expectations. And in doing so, you inspire others to walk their own path of authenticity, creating a world where we all can live with integrity, purpose, and alignment. This is the power of spiritual awakening. When you live authentically, you are not just transforming your own life, you are transforming the world. When you embark on the path of spiritual awakening, one of the most crucial ingredients in your transformation is faith. Faith in yourself, in the process, and in the unseen forces guiding you. Faith is more than just a belief in something greater. It's an active living force that propels you forward even when you can't see the entire path ahead. It's easy to trust when things are going smoothly, but true growth and transformation require faith, especially when the road is uncertain or when challenges seem insurmountable. It is during these moments, when fear and doubt creep in, that your faith becomes a catalyst for the deepest transformation. Faith as a catalyst for transformation is what sustains you through the darkest moments, when life feels uncertain and the world around you seems chaotic. Faith provides you with the strength to continue moving forward. It gives you the resilience to keep going when you want to give up, the mental clarity to make decisions when you're overwhelmed, and the courage to embrace the unknown. Faith is the inner knowing that no matter what challenges arise, you are exactly where you are meant to be, and you are supported by forces much greater than yourself. Trusting the process of transformation means believing that everything you are experiencing is part of your greater journey. Every challenge, every setback, every victory, each moment plays an integral role in shaping who you are becoming. It's easy to look at difficulties and view them as roadblocks, but with faith, you begin to see them as opportunities for growth. You begin to understand that the process of transformation is never linear. It is a winding, unpredictable path. And yet faith helps you trust that every twist and turn is leading you toward your highest good, even when the way forward feels unclear. When you have faith in the process, you release the need for control. You stop trying to force things into place, and instead, you learn to surrender to the flow of life. You understand that there is a natural rhythm to everything, and that the timing of your transformation is in perfect alignment with the universe. Faith teaches you patience, allowing you to trust that everything will unfold exactly as it's meant to, even if it doesn't look like what you expected. When you trust the process, you stop resisting the lessons that life is offering you. Instead, you lean into them, knowing that they are shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Manifesting through faith is the next step in this journey. As your faith deepens, it becomes a powerful tool for manifestation. You begin to understand that faith is not just about believing in something. It is about aligning your energy with your desires and intentions. Faith is the belief that what you desire is already on its way to you. It's the trust that the universe is conspiring in your favor, bringing you exactly what you need, even if it's not in the way you expect. When you manifest through faith, you no longer feel the need to chase after your goals or force them to happen. You understand that manifestation is not about effort, but about alignment. You align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your desires, and as you do, you open the door for those desires to come into your life. Faith helps you overcome the self-doubt that may arise when things aren't happening as quickly as you would like. It reminds you that the universe works on its own timeline, and that sometimes the delay is actually preparing you for something even greater than you imagined. Through faith, you start to see the connection between your internal state and the external reality you are creating. You realize that your thoughts and emotions have the power to shape your life. When you believe in your own worth, in your ability to create your reality, and in the abundance of the universe, you begin to see evidence of those beliefs reflected in your life. Faith in the process of manifestation empowers you to take inspired action, to step forward with confidence, knowing that the universe is supporting you every step of the way. This kind of faith is transformative. It shifts the way you approach life. You begin to act with purpose, with trust, that each step you take is leading you closer to your dreams. You stop waiting for things to happen and start creating them. You understand that manifestation is not a passive process. It is an active one, requiring you to show up as the best version of yourself. As you continue to deepen your faith and trust in the process, you become more empowered, more confident, and more influential in your own life and in the lives of others. Holistic transformation is the natural result of this process. Spiritual awakening and growth are not just intellectual exercises or mental shifts. They are deeply holistic, affecting your entire being. The changes that occur when you trust the process of transformation ripple through every aspect of your life, your body, your mind, and your spirit. When mind, body, and spirit are aligned, transformation becomes visible in every part of your life. Physically, you may notice an increase in energy, vitality, and well-being. As your thoughts and emotions become more aligned with your higher self, your physical body begins to reflect that internal harmony. You may feel lighter, more energized, and more at ease in your own skin. Your posture may change, becoming more grounded and confident. You might experience improved health as your body releases tension and stress that were once held within. The connection between mind, body, and spirit is profound. When you nurture one, the others naturally follow suit. Mentally, you begin to experience greater clarity. As you let go of self-doubt and limiting beliefs, you create space for new thoughts and ideas to emerge. Your mind becomes sharper, more focused, and more attuned to the possibilities that lie ahead. The constant chatter of fear and uncertainty quiets down, and you are able to think more clearly, make decisions with confidence, and approach life's challenges with a sense of purpose. As you trust in the process of transformation, you realize that your mind is not a barrier, but a powerful tool that can shape your reality. You begin to see your thoughts as the creators of your external world, and you use that awareness to manifest the life you desire. Spiritually, transformation becomes a deeply embodied experience. As you trust the process and lean into faith, you strengthen your connection to your higher self, to the divine, and to the universal energy that flows through all things. You begin to live from a place of deep knowing, understanding that you are part of something much greater than yourself. Your spiritual connection is no longer something abstract or distant. It becomes an integral part of who you are, woven into every action you take, every decision you make, and every relationship you cultivate. You experience life as a divine flow, moving with grace and purpose, knowing that everything is unfolding in perfect alignment with your soul's calling. The beauty of holistic transformation is that it is not just about changing one aspect of your life. It is about the integration of all aspects of your being. When you trust the process and embrace faith, the changes you make on the inside are reflected on the outside. The life you create is one of harmony and balance, where your physical, mental, and spiritual selves work together in unison. This kind of transformation is not a destination. It is a continuous journey. And as you continue to trust the process, you realize that this journey is exactly where you are meant to be. By trusting in the process of transformation and embracing faith, you unlock the power to create a life that is rich in purpose, joy, and alignment. The changes that occur when you embrace this journey are not just superficial. They are profound, affecting every layer of your being. When you live with faith, you become a magnet for all that is in alignment with your highest good. Your transformation becomes a living testament to the power of trusting the process, and it ripples out into the world, creating a wave of positive change. You are no longer just moving through life. You are actively creating it with every thought, every decision, and every step you take. And as you continue on this journey, you will see that the life you've always dreamed of is not just a possibility, it is a reality. Change is an inevitable part of life, but it is also one of the most powerful forces in the journey of spiritual awakening. When you align with your higher purpose, change becomes not just a process, but a transformative experience, a force that reshapes everything you thought you knew about yourself and the world. The power of change is undeniable, and when you embrace it fully, it opens doors to new opportunities, new ways of being, and new ways of seeing the world. Embracing change requires letting go of the old, the familiar, and the comfortable. It asks you to surrender control, to trust in the unfolding of your path, and to accept that the person you are becoming may look very different from the person you once were. Change, while exciting, can also be uncomfortable. It often requires you to confront your fears, to question your beliefs, and to step into the unknown. But within that discomfort lies the potential for growth. The very act of stepping outside your comfort zone is a powerful statement of trust in the process of transformation. When you align with your higher purpose, you are stepping into a life that is in constant flux, constantly evolving to match the person you are becoming. You begin to see the challenges that arise not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. You recognize that change is the catalyst for spiritual evolution, and that every moment of discomfort, every challenge, and every setback is a stepping stone on the path to your highest self. Change is a sacred process. It is the process of shedding the old layers of fear, doubt, and limitation to reveal the truth of who you are. The key to navigating change with grace is the role of consistency. Growth is not a one-time event. It is a continuous process that requires dedication, patience, and commitment. Change happens gradually, often in small, subtle shifts that accumulate over time. The path to spiritual awakening is not always a dramatic transformation overnight, but rather a steady progression toward alignment with your higher self. Consistency is the practice of showing up for yourself every day, even when the road is uncertain, and even when you don't see immediate results. In a world that often seeks instant gratification, consistency in spiritual growth can feel challenging. We live in a time where we want things to happen quickly, where we expect results immediately, and where the temptation to give up when things don't move as fast as we'd like is ever present. But true growth, especially spiritual growth, isn't about rushing toward the finish line. It's about deepening your connection to your purpose and your soul's calling every single day, even in the small moments. Consistency is what allows you to stay grounded when the path seems unclear. And it's what keeps you moving forward when fear and doubt try to pull you back. Consistency is not about perfection. It's about commitment. It's about choosing to show up for your spiritual growth no matter the circumstances. There will be days when it feels like nothing is changing, when you question whether the work you are doing is making a difference. But it is in these moments of doubt that your commitment is most important. The path of awakening is not about avoiding challenges or seeking comfort. It's about learning to navigate the ups and downs with grace, patience, and resilience. When you commit to consistency, you are aligning with the natural flow of transformation. You are trusting that even the smallest steps you take each day are leading you closer to the life you were meant to live. New beginnings await you as you continue to embrace your divine calling. As you align more deeply with your higher purpose, the opportunities that emerge will be nothing short of extraordinary. The life you are stepping into is one of boundless possibility, where your dreams are no longer distant or unattainable, but a reality that is unfolding before your eyes. The new beginnings that come with spiritual awakening are not just external, they are internal as well. As you shed old patterns, beliefs, and limitations, you create space for new opportunities to enter your life, both physically and spiritually. When you embrace change, you allow the universe to show you what is possible. The old fears and limitations that once held you back start to dissolve, and you begin to step into the life you were always meant to live. You will find that doors begin to open that you never even knew were there. Opportunities that once seemed far out of reach now seem possible, even inevitable. And as you step into these new beginnings, you'll find that you are supported by the very forces of the universe. The more you align with your higher purpose, the more the universe aligns with you. New beginnings are not just about starting something new. They are about becoming who you were always meant to be. As you continue to embrace your divine calling, the opportunities that await you will not just be external successes, but internal shifts as well. You will find a deeper sense of peace, fulfillment, and joy that comes from living authentically in alignment with your true self. This is the essence of new beginnings, the creation of a life that is not based on external achievements, but on internal alignment and spiritual fulfillment. The journey of awakening is not about attaining more. It is about shedding what no longer serves you and stepping into the fullness of your being. The beauty of this process is that as you embrace change and new beginnings, you begin to see that everything is connected. Your actions, thoughts, and energy all play a part in creating the life you desire. As you align more fully with your purpose, you start to see the interconnectedness of everything. Your relationships become more meaningful, your work becomes more fulfilling, and your sense of peace deepens. New beginnings are not just about a fresh start. They are about living in alignment with your soul's calling and creating a life that reflects the truth of who you are. As you continue on this journey of transformation, you will find that the opportunities that come your way are not just about achieving personal success. They are about living with purpose and contributing to the greater good. Each new beginning is a chance to make a difference in the world, to inspire others, and to leave a lasting impact. The more you embrace change, the more you will realize that your journey is not just about you. It's about the collective awakening of humanity. You are part of a greater movement, a force for good that is creating a ripple effect throughout the world. So, as you continue to embrace the changes and new beginnings that come with spiritual awakening, remember that you are not just walking this path for yourself. You are walking it for the world. Every step you take in alignment with your higher purpose is a step toward creating a life that is filled with meaning, impact, and fulfillment. The opportunities that await you are endless, and as you continue to trust the process, you will find that everything you desire is already on its way to you. The journey of spiritual awakening is one of infinite possibilities, and as you embrace it fully, you will see just how magnificent the life that awaits you truly is. As we conclude this journey, it's important to recognize one key truth: living with purpose and intention is not just a practice, but a way of being. When you align yourself with your higher purpose, everything changes. The way you view the world, the way you interact with others, and the way you carry yourself are all transformed. Every thought, every action, and every choice is imbued with meaning and energy when you live consciously and in alignment with your true self. This alignment becomes the foundation upon which you build a life that is rich with fulfillment, joy, and peace. Living with purpose means that you no longer drift through life reacting to circumstances and following the expectations of others. You are no longer shackled by the limitations of fear, self-doubt, or societal norms. Instead, you begin to make intentional choices that reflect your deepest desires, values, and soul's calling. Living with purpose allows you to step into your authentic power, to break free from the constraints that once bound you, and to create a life that is uniquely yours, one that resonates deeply with who you are at the core. The impact of living consciously and with intention extends far beyond just your personal experience. It transforms every aspect of your life, including your relationships. When you are aligned with your true self, your energy becomes magnetic. you begin to attract the people who are meant to be in your life, those who resonate with your authenticity and share your values. Relationships deepen, not because you try harder, but because you show up as your truest self, and others are drawn to that truth. The connections you build are rooted in mutual respect, understanding, and love, rather than the superficial bonds of expectation or obligation. This alignment also transforms your actions. You no longer move through life with a sense of confusion or indecision. You are clear on your purpose, and your actions reflect that clarity. Every decision you make is aligned with your highest good, and you approach the world with a sense of agency and empowerment. The energy you put into your work, your passions, and your daily tasks is infused with purpose, and that energy ripples outward, affecting everyone and everything around you. No longer are you living passively or reacting to life's challenges. Instead, you are actively creating and shaping the life you desire with intention and confidence. And perhaps most importantly, living with purpose and intention brings a deep sense of inner peace when you align with your higher self and live authentically. You release the internal conflict that so often arises from trying to meet the expectations of others or conforming to the standards set by society. You stop chasing external validation, and you begin to realize that peace, fulfillment, and joy are not found in the external world, they are cultivated from within. This inner peace is the natural byproduct of living in alignment with your soul's calling. You no longer feel torn between different desires, conflicting priorities, or the need to prove your worth. Instead, you become grounded in the knowledge that you are enough just as you are. This peace flows through you, guiding your actions, your decisions, and your interactions with others. As you continue on this journey of spiritual awakening, I encourage you to subscribe to this path of conscious living, to share this message with others who may also be seeking alignment and purpose, and to stay committed to your personal growth and evolution. Transformation is not something that happens overnight. It is a lifelong process that requires patience, commitment, and trust. But it is also a journey that is worth every step because it leads to a life that is rich with meaning, purpose, and authenticity. The time to start living consciously and in alignment with your higher purpose is now. Embrace the process of transformation and watch as every aspect of your life begins to shift and evolve in powerful ways. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to subscribe to this channel and join a community of like-minded individuals who are all on their own journeys of awakening. Share this video with anyone who may need encouragement to step into their own transformation, and leave a comment to reflect on the ways in which you are living with purpose and intention in your own life. Your journey is just beginning, and by sharing this message, you help create a ripple of positive change in the world. Transformation is not a destination. It is a lifelong process, an ongoing journey of becoming the highest version of yourself. Every step you take on this path is a step toward a life that is authentic, meaningful, and impactful. As you continue to embrace your divine calling, remember that each challenge, each victory, and each moment of growth is a part of your greater evolution. The process of awakening is not about achieving a fixed point. It is about becoming more deeply aligned with your true self, and in doing so, creating a life that's filled with purpose, joy, and contribution. You are not here to simply exist. You are here to thrive, to grow, and to make a difference. Each moment is an opportunity for you to step into your power, to live intentionally, and to contribute to the world in a way that only you can. And as you continue to embrace the process of transformation, you will find that the life you desire is not something to chase. It is something to embody here and now. Trust the process. Stay aligned with your purpose, and know that every step you take is leading you to a life of greater fulfillment and impact. Your journey is unfolding exactly as it should, and the best is yet to come. In this journey of awakening, you are the creator, the architect of your reality. With each conscious choice, you bring more light, more love, and more authenticity into the world. You are not just transforming your own life, you are part of a greater shift that is taking place in the world. And as you live with purpose and intention, you inspire others to do the same. Together, we are co-creating a world that reflects the highest potential of humanity, a world filled with peace, purpose, and authenticity. So continue on your journey with confidence, knowing that the transformation you seek is already happening within you, and that you are exactly where you need to be.